القرآن ونجنا بنجاة القرآن وأحينا بحياة القرآن واهدنا بهداية القرآن اللهم صل وسلم على رسولك سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الحمد لله. Inshallah, let us continue our chapter Surah Al Ghasiyah that we have studied last class. The condition in the day of judgment, or in the day where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will prevail our success, na'udhu billah, or failure. So we have studied in Surah Al Imran. Inshallah, please come to Surah Al Imran. Today we are going to study the two types of face, inshallah, will appear in the day of judgment. So Surah Al Imran, that is chapter 3. Chapter 3. Chapter 3, verse 106 and 107. Al Imran 106, 107. In the day of judgment, there we can see two kinds of people, two types of people, and their face also different. One category, Yawma Tabiyallu Wujuhun, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will resurrect them, or they will be there with a white face, shining face. Tabiyallu Wujuhun, their face will be very shining. The other group, Wataswaddu Wujuh, their face will be very dark. So which inshallah we can study from Surah Al Imran, ayat 106. Yawma tabiyallu wujuhun wa taswaddu wujuhun. See, Yawma, the day, tabiyallu wujuhun, when some faces will be lit up with white. So we knew the importance of face and color. Face is very important. So what is the dignity of face? That is the personality. So today, if we are willing to appear with Islamic personality, that is the meaning of wujuh, the definition of our wujuh today in this world, Islamic personality. Are we willing to be a Muslim in our movements? That is the definition of wujuh in dunya. And in akhirat, Allah say, how you been in dunya, that will be your result in akhirat. So yawma, the day, tabiyallu, it will be very white, wujuhun, certain people's face, wa taswaddu wujuhun, na'udhu billah, and certain people, and some faces will be in the gloom of black. Who are they? فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ إِسْوَدَّدْ وُجُوهُهُمْ, who actually, whose face will be black, to those whose faces will be black will be said, did you reject faith after accepting the faith? It means, in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some people, they convert into Islam and they renounce Islam, they murtad. Okay, and if we extend the definition or tafsir of this ayat into today's life, for example, na'udhu billah, even born Muslims, they are proud to be Muslims, but in practical approach they are not Muslims, na'udhu billah. This is a very, very important message, that they willing to say that we are Muslim, but in practice they are not Muslims. Okay. Alladhina iswaddat wujuhum akafartum ba'da imanikum. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them the punishment by saying, Fadhuqu al-adhab. So taste then the penalty for rejecting faith in your life. That is, those people, their face will be dark. So alhamdulillah, second verse, 107. وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ بِيَلَّتْ وُجُوهُهُمْ. Subhanallah, let us try and struggle for this category. وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ بِيَلَّتْ وُجُوهُهُمْ فِي رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ hum fiha khalidun. But those whose faces will be lit with white. وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ بِيَضَّتْ وُجُوهُهُمْ. Those people's face will be shining the day of judgment. White color. No symbol, no sign of tiredness, no sign of weak, no sign of worry. Their face will be very, very white, fair, and also very shining face. Who are they? فَفِي رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ subhanallah, because they are with the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will be in the light of Allah's mercy. Light of Allah's mercy, subhanallah. So this is what is we wanted. Hum fiha khalidun, and therein to dwell forever. So they will be always in rahmatillah. They always will be in rahmat. Khalidun means they always, forever, they will be in rahmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanallah. Salamun qawlam min Rabbir Rahim. Now we know the definition of Salamun qawlam min Rabbir Rahim. They already end up to Jannah with their shining face, and they are enjoying the Jannah and everything inside the Jannah. The time the most important favor of the ni'mat in Jannah is to see the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Jannah. So Allah will appear to these people and will say, Salamun, peace be upon you. A qawlan, a word from Allah. Min Rabbir Rahim, from the most merciful Allah. So these people will be in mercy forever. That's why Udkhuli fi ibadi wadkhuli jannati. They are qualified to be enrolled among the noble servants of Allah. So their faces are very shining. And in other words, we know that their light will be walking in front of them. Day of judgment, subhanallah, what will happen? Actually, the truth, the success we already knew at the time of Sakratul Maut itself. A person dying, at that point of time itself, he knew whether he is a good man or bad man. Whether his face will be white or dark, he already knew. It depends upon his death. Sakratul Maut, subhanallah, he is a good man, man of white face, his grave will be Al-Jannah. Subhanallah, his grave will be Al-Jannah. And he will be enjoying the ni'mat of Jannah. Allahumma ja'al qabarahu rawdatan min riyadil Jannah. Allah, please transform his grave into the gardens of the gardens of Al-Jannah. Allahumma la taj'al qabrahu hufratan min hufrin niran. Allah, please, I beg you, do not make his grave the hole of the holes of Jahannam. So the Jannah, the qubur itself become white face or dark face. If a white face, his grave is Jannah already. Until the day of resurrection, he will be enjoying the ni'mat of Jannah in the grave. And once inshallah time of resurrection, he will be out from the grave also with shining face. And also in Quran teaching us that other words that, as Allah says, their nur will be walking in front of them. So what kind of nur is that? We standing, but in front of us, our nur will be standing, and our nur, our light will be leading us into Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the beauty of shining face people. And who are they? Ashabul Yameen, the people of right hand. And the people of left hand, they are the most suffering people, and they are Ashabul Shimal, the left hand people. So these two categories mentioned Surah Al Imran. So please let us note these two ayat 106, 107. Okay, and ayat 108, Allah teaching us that these two interpretation and these two facts actually tilka ayatullah. These all are the signs of Allah. Natluha alayka bil haqq. Those are the signs of Allah. We rehearse them to you in truth. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa ma Allah yuridu dhulman lil alamin. Allah means no injustice to any of his creatures. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't like or don't want to punish any of his servants, but the servant himself asking for the punishment. So he makes his face dark. Okay. Then the same chapter we knew that how will be our life. Please come the same chapter, ayat 102. In 102, same chapter 102. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, or believers. 102, or believers, ittaqullah. Ittaqullah, fear Allah. Fear Allah, be with Allah. Always be with God, remembering conscience. Haqqa tuqatihi, as you supposed to. I mean, you should be. Because there is a haqqa tuqatihi means an obligation prescribed by the religion. We cannot make a religion flexible for us. We cannot make religion easy for us. We have to follow strictly according to the prescription given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the meaning of haqqa tuqatihi. The way Allah wanted us to fear Him. Then the final warning Allah say, wala tamutunna, and you should not die. Wala tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun, and die not except in a state of Islam. Subhanallah. This is very big chapter actually. You should not die except in a state of Islam. How we can die in a state of Islam is a question mark. How we can die? Is it the Sakratul Maut itself can be prepared? Cannot. Because Sakratul Maut could be any time, and Rasulullah taught us very clearly that your Sakratul Maut will depend upon your akhlaq. How you been spending your days in your life depend upon that lifestyle, your Sakratul Maut. So Allah says, wala tamutunna, you should not die except in a state of Islam. So how we can do that? That is the meaning of وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا, whoever strive and struggle to be a good Muslim, لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ, definitely Allah will give them subulana, our ways to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So my dear brothers and sisters, today we going to study two faces. One face a very white face, other face is dark face, and these two applicable to the children of Adam alayhi salam, and among the Muslims also. For example, Ummat Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam also got these two categories. So inshallah that we are going to study. Please come to our chapter. Hal ataka hadithul ghasiyah, wujuhun yawma idin khashi'a, some faces that day will be humiliated. Amilatun nasiba, laboring hard, weary. That is the dark people. Tasula naran hamiya, the while they enter the blazing fire, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will throw them to the fire. Tasula naran hamiya. Hamiya is a sifat of Jahannam. Hamiya. So, if we wanted to explain the sifat of Al-Jannah, it's not possible. Dunya we cannot explain how Jannah look like. We cannot, because no eyes could see Jannah. So we cannot explain. We can only explain things through some examples available in dunya. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with the tafsir, with the ayah al-Quran al-Kareem, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained Jannah is like this, Jannah is like this. In Jannah has these fruits to eat, these things to enjoy. Ni'mat of a Jannah is mentioned. So in that way we try to understand the ni'mat of Jannah. That's only. And the same way, the punishment in hell also we cannot explain. The punishment of hell, for example, we can see, na'udhu billah, I'm sorry to say, but this is a hadith Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One hadith Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us that if we are talking about the perfume of Jannah. Perfume of Jannah, if a drop of perfume fall from in the mashriq, then its smell will be in the maghrib. It means all the universe will be fragrant because of one drop of perfume from Jannah. Okay, that is very clear. In other words, in the chapter of zina and its punishment, or the hadith Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaching us that about zina, it's very long hadith, and how Allah will give punishment to the zina people. Very serious. There are many punishment, many varieties of punishment Allah will give them, impose upon them. So among them we can see that they will be forced to drink. A kind of secretion comes from the private parts of the zina people. They have to drink in the Jahannam, and if a drop from that particular secretion happen to fall into this universe, all the universe people will die because they can't take the nasty smell of that particular punishment. So what is Jahannam? We cannot explain. Jahannam we cannot explain. One drop happen to fall into this universe, all this universe will be smell, nasty smell, and that nasty smell will not allow the people to live here. That level punishment. So how serious will be that? Na'udhu billah. So this is the punishment in Jahannam that we cannot imagine. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, no one else knows. But through hadith and through ayah al-Quran, hadith Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, because Nabi said in that hadith, the zina people will be doing zina there, a kind of zina, and that zina will be a punishment for them. It's a punishment. For example, a man commits suicide. He will be given the same punishment in Jahannam, commit suicide. And that commit suicide will be Jahannam commit suicide. How he harmed himself here, the same will be given in Jahannam, but that will be according to the situation of Jahannam, and he will never die. He will feel or face or suffer the pain of death, but he will never die. Na'udhu billah. The same thing, Allah will force the zina people to drink that particular smelly water comes out from the private parts of the zina people over there, and if any if a single drop fall into this universe, all the universe will be nasty smell. So such a serious and severity of Jahannam. Na'udhu billah. So if we wanted to explain what is Hamiyah, it's not possible, because Hamiyah we have to just to say the blazing fire, but something we can't explain because cannot imagine. Okay, such powerful blazing fire. Sometimes the human mind will think that if we die, if we are given punishment in such a fire, we will be within a second time we will become ashes into ashes and etc. But not, Kullama baddalna juludahum, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will transform the skin immediately, change the skin. Spontaneously Allah will change the skin, and the fresh skin will be given to them immediately. So death will never take place. Wahum fiha khalidun. Jahannam also khalidun. They will be forever in Jahannam. They cannot die. So the punishment also forever, and enjoyment in Jannah, ni'mat of Jannah also forever. This is the reason that why Rabi'atul Adawiyya or Nafisatul Misriya or Bilal bin Aswad radiyallahu ta'ala anhu or Asiya Bibi radiyallahu ta'ala anha or Fatima binti Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, all these noble servants of Allah, why they abandon, why they goodbye from dunya enjoyment if it is haram? They goodbye from dunya enjoyment if it is haram because they knew the reality of Jahannam, and they also knew the reality of ni'mat in Jannah. Just for the sake of 1 minute, 2 minutes or 5 minutes enjoyment in haram way in dunya, we are losing forever life in Jannah. Na'udhu billah. This is the very important. That's why Allah taught us in the Quran, Annamal hayat dunya illa mata'ul ghurur. Dunya life actually just a playing, amusement which is cheating you. Illa mata, illa except mata, an enjoyment or entertainment, al-ghurur, cheating. So dunya enjoyment is a cheating enjoyment, and for this cheating enjoyment, do not waste your akhirah. This is the message inshallah we are getting from Quran and Sunnah Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So those people, they reject Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they follow the kufriyat. Allah will send them to Naran Hamiya, enter the blazing fire. And inside the fire we knew what they want. They want water. So symbolically Allah teaching us here, Tusqa, while they are in the Jahannam, they are given min aynin aniya, to drink of a boiling hot spring. Na'udhu billah. Min aynin aniya. That will be other verses we have studied that. They will cry for water, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ask the angels to pour water into their mouth, and that water actually a kind of thorn, zakum, kind of thorn, kind of water, hamim, fire, thorn, and also very nasty. And this water enter to their stomach, it will burn, na'udhu billah, it will burn their every parts of the body, enter to the stomach, it will come out, come out with roots, penetrate, it will open all the stomach will be opened into holes and the roots will come out. Again, same water will be given, the same thing will happen, na'udhu billah. It will continuously happen. At the same time, they will be begging for water. And that water will never give them any benefit to remove their their thirst, or the food they will be given never remove their hunger. But they will be in severe thirst and also severe hunger in Jahannam. Allah will provide them food and drink, but that is punishment, not to remove their hunger or thirst. This is what is Allah teaching in this verse. Laysa lahum, for them no. Ta'amun, food. Illa min lari'. Lari' means bitter. Lari' means a kind of bitter and thorny. Bitter and thorny, loathsome in smell and appearance, which will neither give any benefit, no benefit at all for them to remove their hunger or thirst. Na'udhu billah. So, lari' means a kind of plant or leaf. We can say that, because that also there is no example over here. And this particular verse revealed to the people of Arab, they may be easy to understand, because there are certain grass even cannot eat, not useful for the camels also. Camel also cannot eat it because no useful. And such kind of grass like sharp, thorny leaves, kind of leaves, and this leaf will enter to the stomach and it will burst the stomach and comes out. Again Allah will reunite again the stomach, and again will be given the lari', again lari'. Na'udhu billah. La yusminu wa la yughni min ju', which will neither nourish nor satisfy hunger or thirst, but they will be begging for it again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not give them any comfort in Jahannam. This is the wujuhun yawma idin muswadda wa taswaddu wujuhahum wa taswaddu wujuhun. Certain people, their faces are very dark and they are totally in trouble, and na'udhu billah, they cannot come out from Jahannam. That's why sometimes we think about that. For a moment we think about that, why we wanted to do haram here? Why we want to do haram here? We don't want to do any haram, single haram here. What we will gain by doing haram in this world? Nothing. Because Allah said don't do, we do. Allah said don't do, we do. Then when we do something, Allah will be unhappy, and na'udhu billah, that may lead us to go to Jahannam. Na'udhu billah, we do not know. Because Muslims also, if they do bad thing and no tawbah, they have to go to Jahannam. Na'udhu billah. They have to go to Jahannam. Na'udhu billah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us. There are possibility that Muslims also may go to Jahannam because of their bad deeds, or they happen to die without tawbah. So these are the things. That's why we must have significant value in our life for makruh. We must accept what is the definition of makruh, things which Islam discourage, and also haram. Na'udzubillah, if we do some haram thing just to please others, is
talking about the face which is white and sometimes in dunya when we dance, we can see some people's face is dark and stuff, but we have a right to actually think that completely all this person is this person is that.
no. The dark here is mentioned in the Quran. Mentioned is
I also want to ask the same.
yeah, dark is dunya.
Dunya is some people very dark, some people.
No, Amsha, it's a very good question. Dunya dark and white is nothing.
When they die.
No.
Not like
Yeah, their face will be shining. Dark people also will be shining face, because when they walk, the nur will be walking, and every people the face will be white, by physically also white, spiritually also white. Everything is white, because their face is, their presence, physical being will be transformed into, subhanallah, into a rahmat of Allah. They totally will transform into rahmat of Allah, and there is no question of different. They are totally different, because they will be with nurullah. Lightning face will be nurullah. And dunya also we can see simahum, athari sujud, even a very dark, very black man come from black country or wherever. Look at his face. If he is an imanic man, you can see the rahmat of Allah in his face. As a Quran, simahum min athari sujud. Their face you can see is not the sign of sujud, that particular place. No, whole face will be shining because of their heart is full of nurullah. Since the heart is nurullah, then their face also shining face. So the day of judgment, they will be resurrected with white face, transformed into white face. Totally is a nurullah. And that particular day is not dunya darkness. Dunya dark and dunya white. There will be different white and different dark. Because Allah mentioned here, wujuhu yawmaidin amilatun nasibatin, laboring hard and weary, Laboring hard and weary. If a white man, pure white man, if he hard work also, look at his face, look like very dark. Then we give him food for 3 days or 1 week, give him comfort, he will come back to normal, right? So even a white man also, white colored man also, if he is a hard work and suffering, things all will change into dark. So mention the dark here is not dark color of the skin, but that is the dark of the kufriyat. Just the opposite of iman, kufriyat, and their face will be different.
But I think if I understand correctly, it's referring to janazah maybe.
Yeah, janazah.
Oh, janazah.
Janazah, yeah. Sometimes
Yeah, you are right.
some faces are white and some